Have you ever wondered why your dog sleeps right on your feet? Not beside you, not near your pillow, but directly across your feet, as if that exact spot matters. It might seem like a small habit, but there's a reason your dog chooses that spot, and most people never notice it. And one of those reasons might completely change the way you see it, especially if your dog does this every night. Reason number 1. Your dog is quietly guarding the space around you. Even while resting, dogs stay aware. Their ears pick up small sounds, their nose picks up subtle changes, and their body stays ready to respond. When your dog sleeps on your feet, they're placing themselves in a spot where they can feel even the smallest movement you make. And in most rooms, your feet are closest to the open space around you, whether that's the edge of the bed, the couch, or the floor. That makes it one of the easiest ways to keep watch, without needing to stay fully alert. It's not about tension or fear. It's simply a calm, instinctive way of staying close to you, while keeping gentle awareness of the world around you. In their own quiet way, they're making sure you're safe, even while you sleep. And they do it without ever waking you. Reason number 2. Your dog wants to stay connected to you, without disturbing your rest. Dogs are very aware of personal space, especially with the people they trust. Instead of lying across your chest or near your head, your dog chooses your feet, a place where they can stay in contact without getting in your way. That small point of contact is all they need to feel close to you. It allows them to feel your presence, your warmth, and your subtle movements, without interrupting your comfort. But this isn't just about comfort. There's another reason this spot matters more than most people realize. Because sometimes, the smallest connection is all they need to feel completely at peace. But there's something even deeper behind this. Something most people never notice. Reason number 3. This position reflects a natural pack instinct. Long before dogs lived in homes, they rested in groups where each position had a subtle role. Some stayed closer to the center, others naturally settled near the edges of the group. When your dog sleeps across your feet, your body becomes the center of their safe space, and they place themselves just at the edge of it. It's a quiet instinct, one that hasn't disappeared, even in a safe and comfortable home. And part of the reason this feels so natural comes down to something most people don't think about. In their mind, that position isn't random, it's exactly where they believe they belong, right beside you, where they feel at home. Reason number 4. Your dog wants to know when you move. This is something most people never notice, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Dogs are incredibly tuned in to human movement. Over time, they learn your daily rhythms, when you wake up, when you stand, when you leave the room, and even the subtle shifts you make while resting. Sleeping on your feet allows your dog to detect those movements instantly. The moment you adjust your position, stretch your legs, or begin to stand up, your dog will feel it right away. For many dogs, this awareness is important. It helps them stay synchronized with the person they trust most. If you wake up, they want to wake up. If you get up and walk somewhere, they often want to follow. Dogs are naturally social animals, and staying in tune with their humans' movements helps them remain connected to the flow of the household. By resting on your feet, your dog places themselves in the perfect position to notice those changes without needing to constantly watch you. In this way, sleeping on your feet becomes a quiet system of communication between the two of you, even while you are both resting. It's their way of staying connected to you, even in the smallest unconscious moments. And what your dog responds to next has nothing to do with movement at all. Reason number 5. Your scent is strongest there. What most people don't realize is this. To your dog, your feet might be the most you place in the entire room. Because your dog experiences the world primarily through smell, your scent gathers there more than anywhere else. Throughout the day, your feet and shoes pick up layers of smell from the places you walk, the surfaces you touch, and the environments you pass through. Mixed with those outside scents is your natural body scent, the smell that your dog associates with you more than anything else. To your dog, that scent is deeply comforting. It represents familiarity, safety, and belonging. When your dog sleeps near your feet, they are surrounded by the smell of the person they trust most. That familiar scent can help their body relax and their nervous system settle. And it works faster than you might expect. Much like how a familiar blanket or pillow can help a person fall asleep more easily, Your scent has a calming effect on your dog. So when they curl up across your feet, they are not only choosing a place close to you, they are choosing a place filled with the scent that tells them everything is safe. In that quiet moment, your presence becomes something they can feel, smell, and rest beside all at once. And for them, that feeling is what home truly means. But that feeling can also trigger something else entirely. Reason number 6. Your dog may be expressing a quiet, protective instinct. Dogs don't always show protection through barking or standing guard at the door. Often, their protective instincts appear in much quieter ways. Choosing to sleep on your feet can be one of those subtle behaviors. From this position, your dog is close enough to feel your movements, but also positioned toward the open space around you. If something unusual happens, a sound in the hallway, a movement nearby, or someone entering the room, your dog is already in a place where they can react quickly. But this kind of protection is calm rather than tense. Most dogs resting on their owner's feet are completely relaxed. Their body language is soft, their breathing slow, and their posture comfortable. Yet, even in that relaxed state, part of their awareness remains gently alert. It's simply instinct, working quietly in the background. Your dog isn't there expecting danger. They're there because being close to you simply feels right. In their mind, it's not about guarding, it's about being close to the one who matters most. Even when they don't fully understand why. But that's only part of what's happening here. Reason number 7. Your dog may be gently claiming you as part of their safe space. Dogs form strong emotional bonds with the people they trust. Over time, those bonds create a sense of shared territory and belonging. But this doesn't look the same as the territorial behavior people often imagine. It isn't about dominance or control. Instead, it's a quiet expression of connection. Not about instinct, not about protection. Something softer than both. When your dog sleeps across your feet, they are placing themselves directly against you in a way that says, in their own instinctive language, that you are part of their world. Dogs often mark important places and individuals not only with scent, but with presence. By staying physically close, they reinforce the feeling that this space, and the person in it, belongs to their circle of safety. It's a gentle way of saying that you are part of their pack, part of the place where they feel most at ease. And that connection goes deeper than most people think. And this is where the emotional side of it becomes clearer. Reason number 8. Physical touch helps your dog relax. Just like humans, dogs often find comfort in simple physical contact. A light touch can lower stress, slow the heart rate, and create a sense of calm. Even a small point of contact can signal to their body that they're not alone. When your dog sleeps across your feet, that small point of contact provides a steady reminder that you are close by. Your warmth, your subtle movements, and even the rhythm of your breathing create signals that everything is safe. For many dogs, this kind of gentle connection helps them settle into deeper rest. They don't need constant attention or interaction. Just knowing they are touching the person they trust can be enough to relax their body and mind. The contact at your feet is especially peaceful because it is soft and unobtrusive. Your dog can feel connected to you without being disturbed by larger movements from your arms or upper body. In that quiet moment, the two of you share a simple kind of closeness, one that doesn't require words, gestures, or attention, just presence. Sometimes, that's all they've ever needed from you. For them, that quiet contact is enough to feel completely at ease. And over time, that simple connection becomes something much deeper. Reason number 9. This behavior can become a comforting habit over time. Over time, this behavior can turn into something much more powerful than it seems. Dogs are creatures of routine. Once they find a place that feels safe and comfortable, they often return to it again and again. If your dog once settled on your feet and experienced warmth, calm, and closeness there, that memory can shape their future behavior. Dogs remember the places where they feel most relaxed, and they naturally return to those spots. After enough nights like that, the position on your feet may simply become their place. Just as many people have a favorite pillow or a preferred side of the bed, your dog may have learned that resting across your feet is the place where sleep comes easiest. The consistency of that habit also strengthens your bond. Each night, your dog returns to the same position, reinforcing the quiet routine of resting close to you. To them, it becomes a familiar part of the rhythm you share together. And over time, that place stops being just a habit and starts to feel like where they belong. And that's when it becomes something more than routine. Reason number 10. It often reflects a deep sense of trust and attachment. Not every dog chooses to sleep touching their human. Some prefer their own bed, a corner of the room, or a spot nearby where they can rest independently. But when a dog consistently chooses to sleep directly on your feet, it often reflects something deeper than simple comfort. It shows that your dog feels safe enough to fully relax beside you. In the quiet vulnerability of sleep, animals naturally choose places where they feel protected and secure. When your dog settles across your feet, they are placing themselves in a position of closeness that only happens when trust is strong. They believe that the space beside you is safe. They believe that nothing harmful will happen while they rest there. And most importantly, they believe that you are someone they can rely on. In their own quiet way, they're choosing to rest where they feel safest, with you. And by now, that small habit is no longer just a habit. To you, it might seem like a small and ordinary habit, just your dog choosing a place to sleep. But to your dog, that spot across your feet can mean something much more. It's where they can stay close to you while still watching the space around you. It's where they can feel your presence, your warmth, and the subtle movements that remind them they are not alone. In that quiet position, your dog finds comfort, connection, and a sense of belonging. So the next time you notice your dog drifting off across your feet, you might see that moment a little differently. Because for them, it isn't just a place to sleep. It's a small way of staying close to the person who makes their world feel safe. And sometimes, without realizing it, you've become the reason they choose that spot, every single night. But for some dogs, staying at your feet isn't close enough. They choose a place even closer, right between your legs. And that choice might mean something very different from what you think.